The Mitsubishi Outlander is a mid-sized SUV that mainly functions as a 5-seater, but I'm in the Exceed model, which has 2 extra seats in the back. It's been updated for 2020 with new driving modes and increased safety. This Outlander Exceed is the top of the range and it costs around $50,000 on the road. Here's how it did with my family over 7 days of driving for this week's family review. For a more detailed review, have a look at the CarsGuide website, and if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe. So the exterior looks pretty good for a car in this price bracket, especially in this sparkling red. It's got some nice curves happening, it's not too boxy, and it also feels practical, which is what a lot of families are looking for. The interiors are fairly standard for this price range. We've got the seats here which aren't super high quality, but I think that they will wear well and they'll be easy to clean with kids, as I had the experience this week of my kids traipsing mud all over them. The center console is well designed. It's nothing special, but it's all clearly set out and looks pretty decent enough. And you're not sitting here fumbling for buttons, though there is no volume knob. The dash up here is a little bit on the hard side, but overall it's not too shabby and it still feels fine to sit in. Plus, I think you really have to think about the price and the value you're getting with those 2 extra seats in the back. There are 2 cup holders, but there is no spot for keys or a phone, which I found really annoying this week, and I ended up putting my phone in the cup holders all week. You will get a decent sized center storage bin though, and bottle holders in each door. Space up the front is decent. It's not huge, but there is enough leg and headroom even for taller people. We were really comfortable all week and didn't feel cramped. The kids had enough space to fit comfortably back here without it being oversized or too big. It was like the right size for my 5 and 7-year-old. I'm 161 centimeters and I fit back here perfectly fine with enough room between my knees and the seat in front of me. I think that taller adults won't have any issues here. Rear passengers get 2 cup holders in the center armrest, plus their own air vents and pockets on the back of the front seats. The third row is not as spacious as I would like for a long journey. We had to push this seat forward a little bit so that my legs could fit in. You'll be fine over short distances, but I think even kids over long distances would feel squished back here. But that's why these 2 seats are great as bonus extras. So when the grandparents are visiting town, when you've got the kids' friends to drive around, as long as you're not using them all the time, they're perfect. With the third row in use, the boot is quite small. It'll fit school bags, maybe a few groceries, not a lot. With the third row down, the boot opens right up and you'll be able to fit in most things that you need for a family. A double pram will fit easily back here. It was my turn to do the fruit and veggie shop this week and I was able to fit in 17 fruit and veggie boxes in the whole car, including the boot. Driving in the Outlander is fine. I mean, it's not joyous or super fun, but it does the job and it feels reliable. So for a family, it works. I think the gear shifter feels quite stick-like and dated, and for me, that really affects the way I feel when I'm driving the car. It has a diesel engine, though it comes in petrol as well, and it has a good kick going up hills. It cruises along highways. This model only comes in all-wheel drive, and the all-wheel drive has actually been updated with new driving modes. So you get gravel, snow, eco and normal, and the gravel and snow just give you better traction on those surfaces. Fuel consumption is a pretty decent 6.2 litres per 100 k's because it's diesel, and of course that number varies depending on how you drive it. Parking in the Outlander is fine. It's got a really easy to turn steering wheel, so you won't have any issue with that. And there is a reverse parking camera and a 360-degree camera, which is really good for this price bracket. It's not the clearest camera ever, but you can still see. And the safety is quite good. As standard, you will get auto emergency braking, recross traffic alert, and blind spot monitoring, amongst other things. Plus, the safety has been kicked up a notch with this model. There are 2 ISOFIX points and 3 top tether points to fix kids' car seats in. And airbags will cover the driver and front passenger, plus there's side curtain airbags that go to the second row, but they don't go down to the last row, which is another reason that you would probably only use this car as a 5-seater, keeping those back 2 seats as spare extras. The screen has been upsized to 8 inches and you can plug in your phone for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Just means you're instantly connected to the main apps on your phone, so you can use Maps to navigate or Spotify to listen to music. The Mitsubishi Outlander Exceed is a decent family car that is good value for the price. It has enough space for a family of 4 and has the 2 extra seats in the back, even though I wouldn't use them all the time because of the lack of airbags. I gave it a family rating of 6.8 out of 10 and my kids gave it a 7. They love this sparkly red. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel or click through to our website.